Welcome back to the channel. You're here with Guerrilla Filmmaking, and today we're going to be discussing 5 tips that's going to help you avoid making mistakes when you're trying to implement VFX into your workflow. Now, I've seen this a lot with many people, and I've made the mistake myself, especially when I was an amateur. Because visual effects is cool and all, but there is a whole procedure that goes behind it, and if you don't know these fundamentals, you're going to end up with an inconsistent result or fighting it in post-production, which is an absolute nightmare. And I'm grateful to have friends that allowed for me to even make those mistakes with them so that we can experiment and figure out what that procedure and those fundamentals actually are. So if you like the work that I've done and you're interested in knowing it, stay tuned, because in this video, we're going to be breaking down the 5 steps that I find most important. So number 1, hands down, would have to be the vision. Every VFX shot starts in your mind before it even gets to your software. I tend to figure out the final image first, like what the audience is supposed to feel, and then I work going backwards from there. So make sure to have a clear concept, because that saves you not only time and money, but the mistake of making bad visual effects. And just a little tip, if the shot is not clear in your head, I'm sorry, it's just not gonna look good when you put the visual effects inside of it. So the two go hand in hand, so make sure you keep that in mind. Number 2 would have to be the data, or what I would call the asset. VFX lives and dies by having the best source material. So whether that be sound effects, whether that be green screens, or the best assets you can find online, textures, HDRIs, whatever it is, make sure you're looking for the best quality assets for your scene. Because at the end of the day, your assets are going to determine the end product. So you have to ask yourself, is what you're using going to depict the image you have in your head in the final result? And I guess I could wrap that up by saying bad assets is just going to equal a bad result. Like, you can wrap a piece of in gold, but it's just a golden, if you get what I'm saying. I would say number 3 that I've noticed a lot is the performer, and this matters a ton. Your actor really needs to understand what doesn't exist yet, and you have to be a good coach in explaining to the person the actions, the sequence, and what's happening in it so that you can get the result that you're looking for. A strong performance is gonna sell the effect more than just putting the effect in there. So the two, like I said before on the last one, go hand in hand. So don't negate that thinking it doesn't matter. Find the person that suits best what you're trying to do for your project. Like, you want to believe what the person's doing even if nothing's there, and that's what's going to sell it the most. I would say number 4 would have to be environment. And oh gosh, like, I can go on this all day, but please, like, do not think about doing something where you do not have access to an environment that actually matches what your vision is in your head. The right location doesn't just look good, it actually matches exactly what your effect is. So whenever you're scouting a location, pay attention to the shadow, lighting conditions, and the whole entire environment to make sure that that actually complements the assets that you're trying to integrate into the scene. Like, the best way I could say this is the real world is your VFX plugin. So make sure that that actually matches with what you're doing. Do not overlook this step, I'm telling you. Because this is what helps VFX seamlessly look like it's actually embedded inside of the image. And for number 5, I'm gonna talk about camera tracking, because this is an extremely important one, and people go by this and don't even think about it until they get the footage in post, and now you're fighting a mess. I would argue this is the technical foundation of visual effects, especially if you're doing it on scene. What I tend to focus on is clean camera movement, making sure that I avoid motion blur because 3D tracking absolutely hates it, consistent lighting conditions, grabbing clean plates, and also reference images. I mean, this is the data that allows for this stuff to even be possible in post-production. So understanding the camera and what it's supposed to do before you even get there is probably more important than every other step combined, because you can go shoot it, but if you don't shoot it properly, good luck when you get to your computer. So before you guys go out there and get very ambitious like I used to at first and start filming stuff, make sure you understand the fundamentals. And these 5 steps are 5 things that are going to help you avoid making mistakes that I did. And that's why I'm sharing this knowledge, because I want to make sure that you guys have it so that you guys can end up getting consistent results like I do. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you guys on the next ones. Guerrilla Filmmaking, get out there and create. It's not the gear, it's you. It's not the car, it's the driver. Peace.